What's happening? 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 Welcome to the Chosen Not Taken show. I am your host, Real Right, aka Chosen Not Taken. Choose your life. Don't just take what it gives you. Out on this rainy day, having a little truck conversation. Man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the vibe. Man, let's talk about communication and how valuable communication is in life. Not just communicating to get something, but I'm just saying in life how communication can and will change your life when you get a greater understanding of communication. Let's deep dive into it. A lot of us don't communicate well from childhood. Yeah, see, from childhood, you've been told not to ask questions, not to question anything. I think one of the worst things in the world that a parent can tell to their child is, because I said so. I think that's detrimental. I think that's detrimental to your thought process. I think that's something that trickles down through generation, because the Bible even says, in all things get an understanding. And a lot of us never got an understanding until we got grown. I myself is like that. My mother and father are great parents. I love my mother and father to death. I'm talking about something serious, and they did the best they could with me. All the bad mistakes I made was on me. It wasn't on them. So when I act a fool, don't hold it to my parents, hold it to me. But on a higher scale, let's get into it. We're taught not to ask no question, especially in the black community. I hate to throw it out there like that. Like they tell you, boy, stop asking all them questions. Girl, stop asking all them questions. Like they tell us as kids, stop asking all them questions. While our counterparts of other ethnic backgrounds, they ask questions and they get an explanation. We get beat. You know what I'm saying? We get whoopings. And I ain't gonna lie, I needed a bunch of mine. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably all of them, but I'm gonna say a bunch of them. But we get beat before we get an answer. See, this that real conversation people don't want to talk about. But see, that's just what it is. We get beat before we get an answer. Yeah. You know, we in the black community feel as if it's okay to beat the brakes off our kid and not give them explanation while we beating them. So all we know is that we do this here, we gonna get a whooping. But we don't even get the space to say why until we get old enough, and that's when we get grown and we ready to say that conversation with aggression. When the reality of it is that when you mature as a person and you start having an understanding of life, you start saying, you know what? I see why I got a whooping now that I'm grown, but I didn't get an understanding all my life. Let me show you why asking questions are so important. When you don't ask questions when you're younger, you're not going to ask questions when you're a teenager. You're not going to ask questions when you're in your early adult years. You're only going to start asking questions when you're in your 30s and your 40s. Because you're mentally matured enough to where you understand that. And some of them don't even mature then because you're so embarrassed about asking questions. Yes, like this is real conversation. And leave a comment down below if you understand what I'm saying. I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, I feel like the reason why a lot of people that are successful, because I feel like they ask questions. Asking questions will change your life. We don't know how important asking a question is. When the Bible tells us we have not because we ask not. Let me say it again. The Bible tells us we have not because we ask not. So not asking a question could really be holding you back from your most successful goal, dream, achievement, because you don't want to ask no questions. And I don't see why. Man, I ask questions about everything now. See, and this outside of relationship realm, because everybody want to talk about meeting person, asking the right questions. Forget all that. Let's just talk about life. We don't even get on a job and ask somebody, hey, what did it take for you to get to where you are? What do I need to do to excel and get to where I need to be? Questions. Yeah. Because what we'll tell people is that we ain't supposed to question God. Don't question God. You know, and listen, I'm not questioning if God gonna do it for my good, but I am gonna ask God for understanding. God, I don't know what to do. God, Can you tell me why this is going on? Can you show me? Because he said to dream the vision for a point in time, and in the end, it'll make sense. I know if I talk to God, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna get some understanding. I know that about my God. My God don't mind me asking a question. You know what I'm saying? He said you have not because you ask not. So I'm gonna ask a question. I need some understanding. He said all things get an understanding. He didn't say something. He said all things get understanding. So importance of communication. Communication is the part of communication. Excuse me. The part of communication I think we slacking in is asking questions. That's one thing I can get to like my Caucasian friends. You know what I'm saying? They ask questions. Hey, how do you do this? What made you do that? Like, they don't mind. But when it come to me and my people, we gonna be like, hey man, don't come here with all them questions. Don't come over here with all them questions. And think about it. Is that holding you back? Think to yourself now. Is that holding you back in life? Because asking a question, man, and I think about how many times I've came short in life because I was afraid to ask a question. I was afraid. Yeah, I was afraid of the response. I was afraid of the outcome of asking a question. And you know the sad thing about it is, it's free. Yeah. It's free to ask a question. It's free. Because guess what happens? What you asking the question may open the doors for something that you need to make you be the person that you need to be. That's why I don't mind asking. I mean, I ask anything that goes on because we so caught up in trying to be real and stay out of folk business to where we won't even get on our own business. Let me say it again, who ain't catch that. We so real, we so caught up on standing on business to where we won't even get in our own business. Get in your business. Getting in your business is staying out of other folks' business. You feel me? Getting in your business keeps you out of other folks' business. Because you got to ask yourself questions. You don't even ask yourself questions. You don't even validate the things that you need to do. You don't even take care of the business that you need to do because you don't want to ask the question. Ask that question, hey, how can I get my credit right? Ask that question, hey, what do I have to do to get this promotion? When you do it, when people ask, when you have your reviews at your job and stuff like that, they ask, do you have any questions? You sit there and say, nah. When the reality of it is, what you really need to be saying, is, I really and truly need to get an understanding. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what I'm doing on my job. Can you give me a better understanding? Can you train me some more? But you wonder why they started skipping over you for your skipping over you for a promotion. You don't have the slightest idea. You don't know because you ain't asking no questions. But you deserve to ask those questions. You deserve everything that you want in life, but you gotta ask the questions. And this the thing about it. Man, we paying for courses. We paying for courses. We paying for all this and all that. We paying for all this stuff and still ain't asking no questions. The payment is really in the question. So look, man, that's my rant for today about communication, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get all the way to 1 million. We're going to make the 5,000 first. You know what it is. It's your boy, Real Roy. Chosen, not taken. Choose your life. Don't just take what it gives you. Like, comment, subscribe. Got 3 things before I go. God loves you. I love you. And we keep loving each other. The world's going to be a better place. One love.